I don't know what episode this is. Anybody know what episode this is? 172? Anybody? I don't know. But this is the April webinar. And welcome, everybody. My name is Dan Brown. I'm the co-owner of Blumberg Digital, Chief Operating Officer. I'm also, many of you know, the Senior Service Consultant over at MGE. I bring that up because we kind of talk about different things. Many of you are MGE clients. And because of that, you have this system that MGE put in place on how to manage your practice. And, that makes your marketing about 10 times more effective. Thumbs up if you agree. Yep, indeed. So I'm going to talk about basics that work on both sides of marketing. And then, of course, marketing's purpose is to get that phone to ring. When the phone rings, you got to pick up that phone. You got to know what to do. You got to be quick about it. You got to get that person scheduled. Then you got to get that person in. And then you got to walk them through treatment presentation, treatment acceptance. In the case that it's just a general new patient who needs their usual routine dental checkup and hygiene and such, pretty simple. Then you want to retain that person. If it's something more, well, then we've got something to talk about with that patient. And that, of course, transcends out of Blumberg Digital and in back into your MGE system, all about presenting treatment and such. But we have come up with some key tools. I'm going to recap on some of these key tools with you right now. These are things that you might have heard me say before, but I'm going to just remind you of them. I want to make certain that you are using this guide. This is not only a guide for your patients, this is a guide for your whole team. It's the patient guide to oral health. And within it, it's a soft copy document. You can open it on an iPad, have that sitting in your patient's lap. When they're pushing back on treatment, you're taking up certain things that are just, very, very critical. We don't want to make this a serious matter with patients, but at the same time, when they're saying, listen, I got other priorities, and they're not telling you what those other priorities are, but you and I know what those other priorities are. They got an anniversary vacation coming up, time to get a new car, whatever. Even if they've got, a hole in the roof, tooth loss and heart disease. That's one of the articles in there. And if you have points that they're like, wow, and you want to show them the study, you just click the link at the bottom right of the quote beneath it, and it takes you directly to the link on that study. These are independent studies done by universities and such that have found people with unhealthy teeth and gums and outstanding decay and situations in their teeth and gums are more susceptible to certain things. So diabetes, somebody who's got diabetes, fighting diabetes, or somebody who is potential risk of diabetes, certainly don't want to have oral health situations. Dementia, nobody wants it. And, these are taps on the shoulder. Tooth loss and gum inflammation have been linked to cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. Click the link in the study. Cancer, nobody wants it. Poor oral health is linked to an increased risk of various cancers, including liver, pancreatic, and oral cancers. Adverse pregnancy outcomes. These are messages, and I'm going to encourage you to actually do social media posts along these lines. You're welcome to take our guide, screen caption it, use it in your social media post, put the link in your social media posts. Let people know that, that there is a table of contents that will take people through this. But if you want that guide, if you don't have that guide, scan that QR code right now. You have to fill out a little bit of a form. I just want to make sure that you have it. I want to make certain that you're using it. I want you to, if you want to, you can't take our branding off of it, but you're welcome to send that out to your patients. Send it as a link. Please use that guide. As usual, we talk about a lot of things, and I'm going to take up some of the things that I have found recently. There are some things trending right now that you need to know about. There are lots of Google searches, obviously, every single month. We're going to tell you what some of the most popular searches are with regards to your industry. And that's going to be a subject of today. For those of you on our Gold platform, we have scripts ready for you. So these are not scripts for you to read. These are questions for your providers to answer. So somebody's going to be behind the camera saying doctor or whomever, and they're going to say the question. Provider, you're going to say, this question comes up a lot. And then you're going to answer that question. Just free form it. Want you to just talk from your heart. Be explanatory to the viewer. Obviously, you're talking into a camera, and that can be unnerving if you're new to it. But instead of looking at a camera, you put the face of a patient on that phone or lens or whatever, and you're just talking to that patient about everything about that subject. You're keeping it upbeat. You're not being short and succinct. You are being absolutely inclusive of every possible question they could have. And you're just talking through that point and educating people about it. We give you the questions. These are the questions that are being searched on Google. These are the big ones. So by you repeating that question, a lot of people ask this question, bop, 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 bop. When we take you on the Gold platform, well, they're searching for that question. You're going to come up. And then when they click that link, they're going to see your transcript. We take that, we turn it into a transcript and put that in your webpage. But then what we also do is we put your video there. We do basic editing. We cut out the ers, the ums, the stumbles, the redos, and we just make a nice succinct video that is informative on that point. Knock that out, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 4.5 minutes. You'll probably pump out about 1,700 words. That's a high-ranking web page at that point in time. That's a high-ranking subject. So Google likes that. So I really want your agreement. Everybody on the Gold platform, we have 3 scripts for you this month. They are very important. The subjects, the most popular searches right now, bad breath. We've got that script. It just went live today. Here are the 3 scripts. So bad breath, 753,310 searches a month. Get there with our script. We have reverse engineered all the variations of all the questions people ask. You want to be found for that. Next one, oral cancer. What is it? You'll see the script. Answer those questions. And listen, doctors, raise your hands, doctors. Good doctors. Very, very important. You just answer that question as if you're in a social setting. Somebody asks you this question, they're very interested. They're like, what about this on the subject of bad breath, oral cancer, whatever? And we're going to take our question and just be very, upbeat about it. Try to smile, talk, but tell people all the things you know about it. If you get asked a question, you get stumped a little bit, kind of work it out a little bit. Have the person ask you the question again. Say, on this question, this is another question I get asked a lot. Even if you've never been asked it, know that it's been asked a lot, like 750,000 times a month. Another question that gets asked a lot is blah. So on that point, and then just roll. Bad breath, oral cancer. Third one is gummy smile and treatment. Now on this one, you may want some professional video editing put on top. And if you do want professional video editing on that one or any of them, I want you to reach out at Amy. Amy, go ahead and put your email in the chat. Amy will get you set up with some higher end professional video editing. Why do we want this one? On gummy smile and treatment, that one is good to come in hard hitting with a gummy smile photo. Some people don't even know that they can get their gummy smile transformed. And so you're going to talk about, crown lengthening and the different treatments available for that, what the procedure is and stuff. Even if you don't do it, I want you to talk about it. There's another script coming too, and it's on the subject of TMJ and Botox. Again, this might not be something you do, but 1,582,650 monthly searches on that subject. So we are coming out with that script. Even if you don't do it, we want you to talk about it. Thumbs up if you understand what I just said. Good. So I want you to think with this, folks. That's a gold marketing platform for Blumberg Digital. Those of you who have it, you know it. Get those scripts done this month, okay? When I say this month, we're kind of at the tail end of April. I'd love you to knock it out by the tail end of April. I will give you through May, most likely, okay? But you just got to know there's a massive number of scripts coming on that. So I'm going to get some more into basics, but we got a little something special for you today, and that's going to be brought to you by my deputy Chief Operating Officer, and that's Britt Nateras. Britt is the person who runs the day-to-day of Blumberg Digital, actually runs the team and such. As many of you know, I've got lots of things going on, lots of interests, very busy with my role at MGE. So Britt's going to bring up something that's super topical, very important. This is time to be tuned in. Britt, what are you going to tell people about today?
Hi, everyone. So, we are going to talk about marketing trends in the digital space. So, basically, we had everyone fill out a webinar survey. If you haven't done that and would like to, drop it in the chat. We'll send you the survey. But one thing that people were asking about over and over is what are the current marketing trends in dentistry? So, we put together a bit of research and a presentation to cover that subject. So these are some marketing trends that will propel your practice. So the first one, video content is still king. So that trend is still going strong. Dan obviously just spoke about that. There are a couple points you want to keep in mind regarding video content. Obviously, the reason why it's fabulous and awesome is you can build social proof instantly. It's visual, it has the audio. It's a very quick way to build relationships with clients and build trust and tell stories. Short form content is now a preferred medium for healthcare discovery. So your younger demographics obviously survey for where you're at, but people are finding healthcare professionals via YouTube Shorts, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels. So it's now become an acceptable medium to discover your dentist or your practitioner via those channels. So you want to be present there. Also, platforms are boosting video and algorithms more than ever. It used to be really text heavy, then kind of like what photos do you have? Video is gaining a lot of traction and priority in terms of how you're ranking or how you're showing up. So you want to have video content. Additionally, what's new in 2025, a lot of dental practices are hiring videographers or using AI video tools. And as Dan mentioned, you can get professional video editing services from us. I'll show you some samples, but it's just a great way to polish off any video you've put together. Like he said, take out the ums and ers, but there's just a lot of tools you can do to level up your video. And some of the trends for video are live video consultations. Obviously, you need to get permission to do this, but that's something that people are very interested in. Day in the life content. They want to see, how early you get up, feeding your kids, hopping in the car, turning the lights on at the practice. It just makes you more real to them, more of a real person. They can see you in their community. Also, post-op recovery stories are trending, so smile transformations and also the recovery process. So they understand, what they're getting into, if they're going to do a full mouth reconstruction, smile makeover, and all that good stuff. So I put together some samples here that I thought would be useful. And the reason why I chose these samples, the ones to my right, to everyone's right, I typed in dentist in my TikTok discovery feed, and these are the ones that came up. And the reason why I was interested in these is that they are pretty easy to film. And I wanted to show you, not necessarily with audio, but something you could immediately do. Something we run into a lot with our clients is they're like, I'm a dentist. I'm not a videographer. I'm not a filmmaker. So I want to show you some samples of things that people have done. There we go. Okay, I don't really care about the audio for this one. What I want to point out with this video is that there's something called green screen video that she's using to talk about this filling. All she's doing is talking to her camera with a video behind her. So when you click on this, it says, do you want to try this filter? You say yes. And you can literally talk about videos that other people have posted. You can post your own video, which I'll show you a sample of, but it's just you talking to your phone. It's not complicated to execute these and give your viewpoint on something that's topical regarding dentistry. This is one, again, super easy to execute. Yeah. I'll just play that with the sound off. So this is an April Fool's joke. They're literally coming in and saying like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to set up my x-ray station. I'm going to do my job. And the doctor's being really sweet and saying, okay, fine. I'm not sure why you're telling me this. The reason I bring this up is that it's one camera angle and it's pretty poorly filmed, to be honest. However, it's super engaging. It's really fun. It's really funny. So I show that to you because anyone can do it. You just have someone, see what's trending, practical jokes, April Fool's Day. You just hold up a camera, point and shoot, post it. We're not super concerned about quality. The better the quality, the better, but you don't have to worry about getting into a lot of complex video editing for social media. I was talking with our director of quality assurance, and we were talking about the fact that a lot of people get distracted with social media being like an influencer going viral, which is great, but it's about engaging and having a conversation with your community. So posting regularly, even if that regularly is once a month, is engaging and it shows that you're there and you're active. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, that video didn't go viral. Another sample I want to show you. This is another use of the green screen. This is a dentist. He's literally in his driveway. He's talking about a case, and this allows you to use before and afters. You'll see he comes in here with some before and afters. Again, it's super easy. You can just upload. Obviously, you have to have permission, but he's just talking over his before and afters. So he shows some really great results, but he's not doing anything fancy other than talking to his phone. This is an example here of video editing that we did do. This is a testimonial. You can see the Salvatore dental team. They have the lapel mic on, so the audio quality is amazing. You can see the before and afters coming up. So it's a professional editing that does give you an extra edge on the testimonials. And again, you can share this with clients. You could send this out in a text blast. It's really versatile. So I just really like this testimonial. And then something else you can do, this is one of our own Salvatore Dental. So this is for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I think it's super powerful. It's very short, but you can see their commitment to the cause. It gets a lot of engagement from the community. I'm sure it took a lot to orchestrate pink scrubs with everybody, but this is an example of something that's a cool trend that is very worthwhile to jump on. So those are some samples. And then when it comes to Instagram, we have some more ideas here. Put it in the chat if you want links to these samples, and we'll send you these samples. But the reason why I chose these is because it's not a ton of complex video editing. Here with Tiff Kim, she's literally speaking to the camera. She's in her bathroom because she does a demonstration of how to brush your teeth. And then she takes out a little bit of dead space. It's not complicated at all, and it has 82,000 likes. Again, the going viral isn't the goal, but I'm just showing you how simple these videos are that are getting a lot of traction. This is a funny one. I'm going to try to play this with audio and we'll see if it works. I'll send the audio around for you, but basically she's just shouting multiple times and then the patient gets into it and also shouts for the dental assistant. So again, the camera's on a tripod. She probably didn't need any help filming this. And then you just put a little text over it, can get a lot of likes. It's funny. It makes the dentist more accessible and comfortable to go to. This came up on my feed for sure because I'm always watching skincare videos. So I don't think this is particularly groundbreaking other than my algorithm knows that I like skincare. This particular dentist offers a comfort menu. So she gets her little eye patches before the goggles go on. Again, the reason I'm showing this to you is because it's just a phone on a tripod and they edit out some of the dead air to make an impact, but it's a really powerful way to show how you make people comfortable and make it appealing to go to the dentist. So those are some video trends I wanted to share with you. I hope this makes you feel more comfortable doing your video content. If you're on the Gold Marketing platform, you'll get the new scripts and you have our team coaching you to get your videos done. But as you know, you just jump in front of the camera. It's not scary and we can get you some content. This is, again, I'm sure you've heard this before, but it's incredibly important. Social media engagement is a must. So who here thinks of Apple Maps, Google Maps, Google Business Profile as social media? Show of hands. Do you think of that as social media? Okay, good. Pass, Amy. Okay, good, Julia. So those are social media. As we've talked about, social media is about Social communication, your community. So reviews are social media. Updates to your Google business profile are social media. So again, don't think about like, well, I don't want to be a TikToker or I don't want to be an influencer. We're just trying to create updates so that your community knows what you're doing, how you can help them, and what's relevant to them. You have the social proof in your reviews, you have your videos going. So that's what we mean by social media engagement. The other factor to keep in mind, Google can't like your posts, but Google can rank your posts. So even if you're like, well, I don't have a ton of likes, Google's watching your content. If nobody else is, Google is. It's indexing your content, it's seeing your updates, and it's helping your marketing in a very cohesive way. Obviously, patients can discover you and evaluate you through your social media, so keep that in mind. We discussed the social proof and trust. It's often a first impression, what they see on social media. Things that are new, micro-influencer partnerships, even local patients, maybe there's like a firefighter, or maybe you do the mayor, you live in a small town, or maybe there's a teacher who everyone loves or a principal. You can try to feature, collaborations, or maybe you do the contest where people nominate a teacher who deserves like some teeth whitening or some extra special tooth care. That's what you want to lean into. The formats that are hot, educational carousels. Now Instagram allows you to post like 20 slides. So you can do like a little slideshow on Instagram. Patient polls, myth versus fact gets a lot of views, and we can help you with that too if you're on our gold platform. TikTok remains relevant, but Threads and LinkedIn are also actually becoming strong in the dental market. Another trend, hyper-personalized marketing. So, hi Dave, it's not, hi, come into the dentist. It's like, hi Dave, happy birthday, enjoy your birthday. Hi, Maria, we haven't seen you in a while. You know when the last time was in, maybe she missed her cleaning. So you can reach out with relevant information regarding the person and their behaviors. Patients expect a more custom experience. So if you're going to get too generic, it kind of feels like a little outdated. Personalization improves ROI on email and paid ad campaigns and follow-up. And like I mentioned, getting as granular as you can with behavior-based automation, like something regarding their treatment, did you like your whitening? How's your cleaning? And personal stuff. A lot of this is done analog, when someone has a baby or got married, and you can congratulate them, but you can also bring that digital. If you're on our digital reactivation service, all of those text messages are custom, and we're really trying to target people's specific behaviors and strategically get them back into the practice. Okay, omni-channel engagement. So some people say, well, I do postcards, or, I do Google ads. What we're finding and why it's trending is it's more effective to be on a suite of services that all dovetail with each other rather than pick one and just go hard on one. You kind of need to be in multiple places to get the exponential marketing results you're looking for. Patients typically interact with multiple touch points before choosing. They want to see a consistent presentation in every place they interact with. And what's new regarding this sort of omni-channel multi-touch point strategy is you can get your branded message on streaming platforms now before it gets super popular. Obviously, TV commercials are super expensive. We're offering a new service that we're beta testing called Stream Local. So you can actually create a commercial with us, put it on a streaming platform, whether on a phone or a TV. So if someone's watching Netflix, or they have the cheap version of Hulu like me, and they're watching commercials because they don't want to pay top dollar for 19 streaming services, you can put your message there. You can put testimonials, you can do a practice overview. And so when someone drives by the practice, but they saw that commercial on their phone or they were streaming at home on their TV, they go, oh, I've heard of that dentist. I've heard of them. I feel good about that. Expanded micro channels like Threads and LinkedIn, and then predictive engagement tools. So, using AI or your existing dental system to find out, okay, we're going to get triggered when this person hasn't responded in 3 months versus going dark for 6 or 7 months. So just locking in all of your systems so they're super effective and integrate all together. All right, so this one, eco-friendly and sustainable practice branding. If you do this, great. If you don't do this, survey and see if it's important for your community and aligns with your values. I'm all for eco and sustainable. I wouldn't recommend this as the #1 marketing tool if it's not something that aligns via survey or values of your practice. However, eco-conscious patients do choose providers who prioritize sustainability. If you have a lot of millennials and Gen Z in your demographic that you're going for, this could be important to them. What's new about it is you can find out if there's certifications you can get locally and go for that certification. So it's a specific target. If you're just starting out and you decide, it surveys well and it's important to you, you can document your journey and share it all over social media and on your website so people can see that evolution. There's also things you can do like giveaways of eco dentistry kind of items. Like some people have those like eco toothbrushes and toothpaste. Going paperless is a way to be eco. And then if you get involved in local sustainability events, again, it's community focused and it kind of hits on this trend that you can participate in. So key takeaways, just to recap, if you're here at this webinar, you've already started leaning into the trends. A lot of these trends we've gotten ahead of with our services at Blumberg Digital. So I was kind of happy to see what's trending is a lot of what we've been doing, but there's some kind of key nuggets in here on how to improve that. Optimize what you're doing. Do it a little bit better, do it a little bit more consistently. Pick something new to add, go ahead and execute that new item, whether it's a new service or scheduling. I was talking with Kathleen. They schedule their video content making into the practice schedule. So that could be something new you add. Okay, good. I'm going to build into my schedule doing my video content. Execute that and align with your values. As I mentioned, you don't want to jump on any trend because you're just jumping on it. You want to know why you're doing it, how it aligns with your values, and how it aligns with your marketing strategy. We're obviously happy to help you with that, and continue watching our webinars. We'll give you more info.
Awesome. Everybody give Britt a hand. Nice job, Britt.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Now, here's a little exercise. We always do things so that you can implement, right? We're not just going to talk about things. So I want you to right now take out a piece of paper. You're welcome to put it in the chat if you want, but I do want you to record it. I want you to write down any ideas you got. What are the good ideas that you just came up with? This is very important. You're here to learn and implement. So I want you to start writing those down right now. Go ahead and start. Go ahead and start. What did you just get out of this? If you're watching this recording, you're not here at the live seminar, go ahead and pause the recording. This is the time to now make some notes. You just had some ideas. You just had some thoughts. You just saw some social media content you think you might be able to do. So this is the time to do that. Now, for those of you that are sitting there going, I'm not the social media person. I don't like video. I can barely use my phone. I don't have time. This is a conversation I'm going to have with you. One doesn't do something and then figure out, oh yeah, now I can do it. No, the sequence is you decide. I'm going to be more active on social media. I'm going to be more active in my community. That's a decision. After the decision comes action. It's not action. And if the action works out, then okay, good. Then I guess I've decided. No, it's make a decision. Decision could be, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start with this based on what Britt just covered, based on what I've covered thus far and what I'm about to cover right now. Make a decision. I'm going to do my best to be more current and more active. So if you have made that decision, I want you to put that in the chat right now. Just put me, M-E. Just spell it out. I'm going to make it easy for you. You made a decision. I'm not asking you to commit, 10 more hours a week to this. I'm just saying, okay, good. Are you ready to go? Good. I got a bunch of engagement here. Keep it going. Just want you to make a decision. It's not necessarily you've got it worked out exactly how. Those are logistics. The logistics comes in the do. I'm talking about the be. I'm talking about the first step. There's a beingness. There's a decision point. There's an orientation. So make that decision. Now we got to decide what we're going to do. And this is where you're going to make some notes. Now, a couple of things, we're going to do it for you. We're gonna, like the marketing platform, we've got 80% of your work done. Okay. Even when it comes to social media posts, we got a bunch of pre-baked social media posts, like literally hundreds, if not thousands of them that you can just take and you can change the photo out or leave the photo. We'd prefer you change a photo out and put one in your, view, or you or the team, or green screen over it, or whatever you want to do. We've got the photo in there. We've got the caption. We've got the hashtags. We've got everything. And one click and it goes to all of your social media channels. So pretty easy. You still got to find the time to do it. Got that. Now the streaming ads, if you are interested in finding out more about the streaming ads, that is in pilot right now. It's actually quite inexpensive. I mean, it's at about the same or less than what you're probably spending on your Google ads right now. But we're running that in pilot stage right now. We pretty much got our pilot complete. But if you want to find out about it and you want to be early in, I want you to type in streaming right now, or stream. That's saying to us, hey, we're going to reach out to you and talk to you about it. So go ahead and put stream in there in the chat if you want to find out. If you're watching this as a recording, you're going to reach out to us. We'll put a QR code or something on the screen right now so that you can find out more information about that and get in line. Marketing isn't who's best, it's who's first. It's not who's best. It's who's first. It's who's there, who's loudest. What Britt just covered with you, she has said it so many different ways, so many different times. I want you to take your quality concerns. I want you to put your quality concerns over here. We're going to get to quality, but right now we're going to just start getting there. We're going to get there with quantity. We're going to get there with interest. We're going to get there with something. And I don't have the best photo and video skills. Totally. I mean, go on social media. Look at the stuff that she just put on there. The reason she didn't play the audio is that can get us a strike on YouTube when we replay this. So that's why she didn't play the audio. But go look at the stuff there. I mean, I think it's a joke when, I'm sitting here in my studio with all this professional equipment. But you know what? I'm B2B. I'm business to business. I'm a business talking to a bunch of businesses. You're B2C. That's business to consumer. And they actually like it when you're a little bit more approachable, a little bit not so high budget. Sometimes high budget scares people away. Like, man, you got too much time on you got too much money on your hands. What's up with that? So don't be scared to get out there with whatever. Just get out there and have some fun with it. There's no guarantee anything's going to go viral, but I would now like to ask anybody here who's had some success through social media postings, TikTok, Instagram, video, Facebook video, put it in the chat right now. I just like maybe even a story. I would love to hear what you got to say. I want you to share your successes. Okay. So you're going to start seeing, folks, that others are doing this. They didn't know what to expect. And all of a sudden they're picking up, a patient here and a patient there. It'll shock you. And as a matter of fact, Trisha, I get about 4 patients a week from TikTok. Wow, Trisha. Tell us more about that. What are you doing? And you just started. Wow. Oh, look at this from Kathleen in the chat. We closed $72,000 from a patient seeing Dr. Rich dancing on TikTok. And I'll tell you this, Dr. Rich said, listen, I'm okay on going on TikTok, but I'm not going to dance. That ain't going to ever happen. And somehow, they have like Britt said, they have an exact time every single week. Kathleen, how long is it? Is it a half an hour that you put in the schedule? But the team comes up with an idea and they just get going. And sometimes Rich sees it and he's giggling, he's laughing, or he's like face palming it. He's like, oh my gosh. He'll still, steer way clear of it. But a couple of times they got him in. So she said, Rich dancing on TikTok, this made them click on our page. They saw our work and came in $72,000. Julia Delgado, been doing it since she joined in there. I think the Delgado group has only been doing it. Less than a year, Julia. They're getting patients from Instagram. Trisha says, we follow trends and do basic videos. What we can do, Britt, and maybe we do this, is that we'll take some of this and put this together and we'll compile some of the people who are doing it to understand, well, what is a trend? How do you find out a trend? How do you find trending music? How do you do that green screen thing? We can take some of that content. We'll either make you some videos, show you how to do it, or we'll do it on a webinar live with you. Kathleen says 15 to 20 minutes is what they spend on their weekly social media post. They do some planning and then they film it. Raina said, we clipped a video of a famous influencer with one of our videos that we did in one take in less than 3 minutes. And we have had 2 patients call in and we got over 50,000 views. Nice job, Raina. Good. Julia says, we also have gotten staff members that applied after seeing our social media. Raise your hand if you're looking for good, great staff members to add to the team. Raise your hand right now. Yep. If I'm going to come work for you, I'm going to do some snooping. I'm going to snoop you 100%. I'm going to check out your Google business profile. I'm going to check out your Facebook page. You're going to check out your Instagram, TikTok if you got it. Yep. Virginia Ellis, how do we look more confident on the camera? Good. I'll give you a quick run on that right now. I'll give you a quick run on that. Everybody look at me. Here's how to do it. This is literally me in my first video. Hi, my name's Dan Brown. I am with MGE and that was my first video. I looked at it afterwards. I said, no. And they said, listen, it's fine. I said, no, look at me. I look like I either just killed somebody or I'm about to kill somebody. Like I either look guilty or angry. Something's going on here. They're like, I don't see any of that. We are our own worst critic. So you're going to see everything. I look at my side view. I got a side view camera. You're about to see it. It's horrible. I look at it. I'm like, when did I get this little thing here hanging down? You know, when did I lose my sharp chin here? When did I lose that? You probably didn't notice it until I just said it. And even if you're noticing it now, you're not like, well, it's not that big of a deal, Dan. You got to kind of get over yourself. If you walk into a room with a patient and you talk to them and you're not thinking about, do I have enough makeup on? How's my hair? What do I sound like? Well, if you're not thinking about that when you walk in with a patient, you shouldn't be thinking about that on video. How do we get you there? Well, you just got to do it. And you got to do it. What'll happen over time? Look what I'm doing right now. I mean, believe it or not, the first time I went on video, I've been speaking for years, but first time I went on video was, during COVID. And I was nervous. So yeah, you just got to kind of do it. Pristine Dental, how do we look for trends? Great. And what is basic video? Okay, good. Before we get into, and this is good. Well, I want to know if you need help with how to do trends, how to do basic video. Here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to just have some fun with it. I think what you should probably do, go on over to Salvatore Dental. Kathleen, I'm going to use you as an example again. I'll give you a couple ones. Go over to their Facebook page. And I want you to just kind of go, okay, good. First of all, they pin post at the top. They want more, full mouth makeover stuff. So they pin posts. You got to pin post at the top. The stuff that you want people to see, because you post something down here and it's going to go away in a couple of days because you're going to post something on top of it. But you can beat your posts. You can pin them at the top. Make sure all your data is correct. I want you to look at and just do a study of what they're doing. When a patient shows up just to drop off coffee he's been telling us about, it's going to be a good day. No appointment, just pure kindness. We're feeling so appreciated and caffeinated. They're not talking about themselves. They're not talking about, how they did a great job for this patient. They're talking about the patient, and it gets engagement. They got 11 engagements on that one. Here's a photo of Rich, Dr. Vera, and their two kids, keeping it real, Look at this smile transformation. Nothing better than incredible before and afters. We truly have the best patients. They're not saying they're the best people. They're the best dentists. They are for their area, no doubt. But they're not talking about that. We truly have the best patients who deserve the smiles of their dreams. If you're interested in our implant treatment, check the link below, click the link below, learn more on our website. Great stuff. Look at them. Spring cleaning success. Today, the team rolled up their sleeves and tackled a deep clean of the office, inside and out. We're so thankful for this amazing crew who knows how to have fun no matter what they're doing. And look at them, look at that fun. Look at that spirit. Such a great team. But I know all of you are, that's how you are. You guys make it fun. You make the day fun. Here they are again, more cleaning stuff. Everybody loves dogs. Everybody loves cats. Not everybody loves dogs and cats, but most people do. And pets, right? And everybody loves kids. Welcome to the world of the little one. We're so excited to share that Casey's baby boy has officially arrived. She sent us the cutest photos of him and his sweet big sister. Congratulations to the whole family. It doesn't have anything to do with dentistry. It has everything to do with family dentistry. So, and look at that, dogs, right? Kids and dogs. Why? Because how many of you think that that's cute? Raise your hand. Kids and dogs, or kids or dogs. Yeah, right? Because we're all cool people, right? The person who goes like, ew, I hate dogs. Yuck. Kids, do you want that person in your practice? I don't think so. You probably got a couple of them already. And look at this, smile transformation. Wow. Look at this, folks. How many of you are happy for this woman? Raise your hand if you're happy for this woman. I am. You think she's happy? She is. Look at that. I mean, just awesome. Unrecognizable. Inspirational. And then some of their fun stuff, right? Holding dental office items like men hold fish. That is awesome. Oh, love that. Okay, when you want to be summer ready, but you spend most of your day in the dental office. This is what you do. Look, how do you hold the camera? Just come up with some funny stuff like this, That is awesome. Happy birthday to Brittany, our amazing hygienist, or as we like to say, our hygienist. Love that. Your care, kindness, and contagious smile makes a difference every day, every single day. We're so lucky to have you on our team. Have the best birthday present ever. Okay, so awesome. So more dogs, more team, more patients, before and after, smile reveal. Awesome. That's Kathleen and Dr. Rich on stage at the ABCs. Kathleen, you knocked it down. Dr. Rich was a patient and she was closing him. She did a great job. But just featuring the folks, the patient, the culture, you don't need to be, some genius. On the video editing stuff, let us help you with that. It's relatively cheap. We'll help you with that. Put the music in there and stuff. When the joggers turn into pantaloons for both of them, okay, that's fun. Very cute. More before and afters, but I want you all to think about this one. We're 11 minutes away from being done. I do want you to think about this one. Folks, I think some of you have seen me do this. Stick with me on it if you have. I'm going to go to their videos. They got some great videos before and afters. That's the client content, right? What we call explainer videos, part of the Gold platform. If you want information on how to do these video scripts and get found on Google, type in the chat right now, Gold. We'll put a QR code on the screen here for the folks that are watching this as a recording. Gold is gold because it is much more than just your website. It's much more than just SEO. It's much more than just your social media posting tool. It's got everything you basically need for marketing and really covering these channels. But here's where I'm taking you right now. I'm taking you down to this gentleman. This gentleman.
I was a boxer when I was younger.
All right, so this is Victor. Now, go ahead and put in the chat. How old do you think Victor is? Yeah, I think he's late 50s. I'm 55. He's got a little bit more gray in his beard, but he was a boxer when he was younger. So, he might look a little bit more older than he is. Yeah. Now, Kathleen got the testimonial. You could see the microphone that we use in all our, instructions. She's using an iPhone. She has it on cinematic mode, but watch what Victor says.
And I've fought with my teeth my entire life. Fillings, root canals, this, that. And in 2011, I had an accident. I hurt my back. And
now, just so you know, on the video editing, we add in the music, we match the mood, we do the cuts. So we'll take care of you on that. All you got to do is get the footage.
And being down with my injury just became more prevalent and evident that I needed to do something with it. I made a very poor decision and went to a different place. And they basically at that point told me that my teeth, there was just so much trauma and damage with my teeth that remove them, do a denture and an implant down the line. They're the doctors, they're the dentists. So I believed them and I went with what they said. And the 2 years building up to this was terrible. Embarrassed to go out, couldn't eat with a man, so I had to take him out. So obviously you're not gonna go sit down at dinner with your wife and, oh, let me take my teeth out, This was, the implants was the route, was just finding the right dentist. And
now, how many of you have dealt with a patient who had been to another dentist and gotten dental treatment? You had to come in behind it and fix it or make them happy because they weren't happy. Raise your hand. You had a patient that you had to come behind and fix it. Good. Perfect example.
Personnel, and that's you guys.
Thank you. Well, we appreciate that.
Dr. Rich and his wife had just great reviews.
What did he just say, everybody? What did he just say? Open up your microphone. What did he just say?
He read that the office had great reviews.
Great reviews.
Great reviews. Great. Now listen. Listen closely.
And actually, then I found your Facebook and I saw TikToks.
Wait, what did he just say?
Facebook and TikToks.
Facebook and TikToks. How old is this gentleman again? Right. I think you got the point. Yeah, you got the point. TikTok isn't just for the teenagers watching dancing anymore and stupid stuff, right? He went and did this. He went and searched for, dentist near me, and then found Salvatore Dental. Watch what I do, everybody. He went here. There was a real hard-hitting photo that communicates who they service, what they do. You can choose that photo. Look at these reviews, 1,500. I'm going to get in your face right now. If you're not adding reviews 5, 10, or 15 every week, you got to change that. If you're doing ads, if you're doing anything in marketing, you've got to be adding on Google. So he obviously clicked in here, looked around. Oh, wow, look at that. Hey, they're just everyday people. Hey, they do team training. Hey, look at that before and after result. Hey, look at that before and after result. Hey, nice office. Hey, they get awards. Hey, they take care of vets. Hey, what a great snowy office. Hey, what a cool team. Photos for miles. Hey, they help out and they help out in the community and look at these results. I hope you're getting the picture. Then what did he do? Then he went, I'm going to go ahead and check out their website. Ooh, now we did their website. Look what's at the top, everybody. Look what's at the top right here. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. He obviously went there. People are snooping today. If you're taking something away from today, take this away. You got to be everywhere. You don't have to be perfect, but you got to be everywhere. And you got to be there in the way that your patients want to see you. You got to think. I mean, I know a lot of you shop on Amazon. If you shop on Amazon right now, put me in the chat. If you use Amazon to order things, put me. Watch this chat go just nuts. Look at this chat. This is how a chat should go usually, right? Yeah, we all do. Good. So you shop on Amazon. You go looking for something, you find a couple things that look pretty good. All of them have like 19 paragraphs of text about why this is the best one. What do? We choose it based off reviews. Man, you got to be up at the top, and it's work. It is work. Learning how to do video is work. Even on our marketing platform, we do 80% of it. The 20% you got to do, you got to find the time in your schedule. You got to do those videos. You got to find 10 minutes a week, and you got to do those videos. You got to go through the pain of not looking at your under chin and your makeup and your hair and the fact that you think that you sound like an idiot. Man, that's just the way you sound. It just doesn't sound that way to you because you hear yourself through your ears and your skull. But that's how you sound. You don't sound like an idiot to us, but you do when you listen to your recording. You got to get over that. That's work. That's work. Want you to get the idea. There's technology for so many different things today. You could use AI, you can use our platforms, you can use our services. There's so many things that technology does the job. Your phone does so many things today that, it didn't before. And we didn't even have them before for some of us. Got gray hair. We didn't have phones before. Your phone does so much stuff. But as a result of that, we've been built into a luxury environment. We can avoid the pain and the effort in so many different things. But you get to a point where you start avoiding the effort in most things and sometimes all things. Guess what? You got to put in the effort. You got to put some sweat into this one. You got to go through it. And believe it or not, you're going to feel good on the other side of it. So I want you to change your mind about, it's going to be hard. And it's going to be hard. Gosh darn it. It's going to be hard initially until it's not. Yeah, it's going to take time. Yes, it is. It is going to take time. Get in there and put that time in, and you're going to feel better at it. I think a lot of us have been through this. You had wow, what a day. You had this complaining patient, but you had all these great patients that the schedule was just going. Then you had an emergency come in, and then you had this happen, and then you had to cover for this person because they had to go because they're getting married. That's exciting, but boy, you had to cover for them. Hard day. It was a hard day. But at the end of the day, how do you feel? Feel pretty darn good. You feel pride. You feel, I earned that. I'm pretty good. And yes, you are. Yes, you are. So don't avoid the effort. Don't avoid the overwhelm. Go through the overwhelm. Go through the effort. Get good. Get better. Get to a point that you are enjoying the pain. I'm telling you right now, I went to gym this morning at CrossFit at 6 a.m. Guess what I was doing at 5:45 a.m.? Oh man, am I really going to do this? Do I really need to do this? I'm 50. I'm in good enough shape. Man, I had to reach around and grab myself by my own ear and drag myself to the car, arrive there, kind of one eye open, and got in there. And, 15 minutes into it, I was really glad I went there. Tomorrow morning, maybe not. It's a hard workout. But start to embrace the pain of things, the effort, provided it's on the right course, you're going to get there. You're going to do better. We are at 12:59, got 1 minute left, but I would love your feedback. If you got something out of this, please put it in the chat right now. And if you want to volunteer, you had a win, you had a realization, raise your hand. Good. And if you want to share it right now, who wants to share it? Yeah, hit it, Kathleen.
So one thing I took away on is we definitely can be better about doing more personalized marketing. Listening to a lot of what Britt said, we do kind of fall into automated text and things like that. So one thing I took away is definitely that we need to personalize things more. And also we do get out in the community once a quarter to do a volunteer event, but it's definitely something we should probably do more frequently. We should probably do more often and really getting ourselves out there, helping people, but also getting our name out there. So something I took away.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you for that. Anybody else?
Hey, Dan,
What you got?
what you just said, enjoy the pain and the effort of things. I think you were talking to me when you made that description. So yeah, just we could be way better. And you know this with our marketing, social media, we've gone through several different people. But yeah, I'm done with that. We're going to find someone that can put full effort in, and it's going to be painful in the beginning, but I'm willing to experience it.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Give them both a hand. Nice job, guys. And these are two people who are doing. I mean, this is Amy, who's running the ACES administration, 6 offices, a regional office. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not giving you any justifications. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. You too, Kathleen. Kathleen, let's resurrect that Smiles for Veterans program. Let's get out there. Folks, let's have some fun with this, but let's not avoid the effort. That's the end of this webinar. I hope you got something out of it. We'll make a recording and we'd love your suggestions. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the webinar open for a little bit. This is the time. Put your wins in there. What are your action steps? I'm watching. I'm going to be on here reading them. You can go if you want, but put your feedback. What are you going to do out of here? And what do you want in our future webinars? So thank you very much for being here. I really enjoyed you all being here. Thank you for those of you that engaged. Love that. And we'll see you at the next webinar.